what's really going on there. It's not spooky, it's something that can come naturally. The third one that's listed there is when you're actively listening, you tune in to what we call history items. Now these can be things within the person's own history, such as family breakdown, divorce, whether the person's been, say for example, adopted, fostered, raised by somebody other than their own biological parents. It can revolve around when they're talking about the death of a loved one, where you're picking up on pain and disappointment. They can be the victim of abuse. They can either be the victim or they can be involved in actual abusive situations. It can be an age or a life stage. All the different kind of history items that are there are what are important life stages and stressful events that will really tell you about where somebody is really at. The second one that's listed, or sorry, the fourth one that's listed there is patterns and fruit. And again, what we're looking for there is where you're picking up on repeated patterns of behavior where the person's not aware that this is producing the same result. So they may be, for example, talking to you about the fact that they just can't get a job and that there's no jobs out there, but actually when you ask questions and really listen, you're realizing actually they've had maybe 12 jobs in the last 2 years, of which they've been fired from 10 of them. Now they may be saying, you know, oh well, the problem's just with the managers or whatever, you know, but in actual fact, when you get a pattern like that, you would want to ask the question, well actually what's your own attitude towards people in authority? Or for example, you know, are you on time in turning up for work? What's your work ethic and those kind of things? There's patterns and fruit that will tell you different things. That can work in the negative, but it can also work in the positive, in terms of, for example, they may have a low self-image, but in actual fact, the feedback that people give as to what kind of friend they are is really, really positive. And you can help through actively listening to how they talk about their relationships. You can help encourage them with the positive patterns that they're not so aware of. The next one down there is confirmation and counsel. And what we mean by that is where it is the feedback from other people and other advice that they've